Hey guys, what's up? This is White Boy for the win, and welcome back to Y Mega Evolve. Now today it's Wednesday, and when it comes to Wednesdays, it's the Y Mega Evolve series own special day where I talk about Pokemon that I've done in the past, because there are some Pokemon that I did talk about that might be your favorite Pokemon, and what I've actually changed on it or what I've added to that Pokemon. You might not necessarily agree, or you might agree, but it's just that I haven't talked about some of these Pokemon in a while, and I would like to revisit them. And today's Pokemon is Krookodile, because Krookodile is no exception, because I really been wanting to re-talk about Krookodile for a while now, because when I was actually going to be doing Krookodile's video, it was kind of rushed, because back when I did it and it was released in 2014, I actually was going to be doing Mega Altaria's video at the time, but when like Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire were still getting Krookodile leaks, literally that after a couple days after I uploaded the Y Mega Evolve video, and it was going to be the next video I was going to be talking about was going to be Mega Altaria, but Mega Altaria was confirmed to be getting a Mega Evolution in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire in the Krookodile leaks. So I was like, fuck, I have to redo this video for that day, and I had to pretty much move up Krookodile's video, because I haven't recorded it whatsoever, and I actually pretty much just rushed it a little bit. So I really want to actually come back and revisit this Pokemon, because to be completely honest, and I know a lot of people will agree with me, it's probably one of the best 5th gen Pokemon out there, and I'm pretty sure it's maybe top 5. Well, at least for me it's top 5, and I know for a fact it's like in the top 10 list of really good Pokemon from 5th gen. So I would love to see this thing receive a Mega Evolution, just so then, like I said countless of times whenever I talk about a 5th gen Pokemon, that we need more 5th gen Mega Evolutions, and Mega Audino really isn't cutting it in a way, considering that I'm glad that Pokemon got a Mega Evolution, but at the same time it's like, it's still, I would say, forgotten, and it's not used all that much. So once again, like, we need more 5th gen Megas, and I believe Krookodile is a very good candidate to receive a Mega Evolution. Not that it's bad or anything, but with Game Freak giving Pokemon or fan favorite Pokemon Mega Evolutions, like the Pseudo Legends are they considered Pseudo Legends? Anyways, like Pokemon's like Tyranitar, Salamence, Metagross, Garchomp, like Pokemon like those, like our fan favorites, got a Mega Evolution. So Krookodile, in my opinion, from what I've seen, everyone loves it. So I can actually see this thing receive a Mega Evolution sometime in the future. Maybe it's going to be in Pokemon Moon or Pokemon Sun. I would love to actually see this thing in the next main story titles. But anyways, as you can tell from what I've done to its stats, I did increase everything but decreased its special attack by 10 points. I felt like I needed a little bit more points to distribute into its other stats, so I only increased it just a little bit, just by 10 points. Now I have 110 points to distribute into its other stats. And before we actually get into it, once again, I forgot to mention that I know this picture that I'm using probably isn't all that idealistic for like a Mega Krookodile. I mean, I'm sorry that it might not look good. I was gonna use the same one that I used in my original Mega Krookodile video, but I was like, you know what, let's change it up a little. So I'm sorry if it's not up to your expectations, but anyways, like I was saying, for its stats, I only decreased its special attack by 10 points to have 110 points to distribute, because I felt like Krookodile needed a little bit more points to distribute, just instead of like the base 100 that a normal Mega gets. But anyways, for its physical attack, I increased it from base 117 to base 165. Now the one thing that I kind of like about Krookodile, but at the same time it kind of hinders it, I think that's the correct term, is that Krookodile is one of those Pokemon that has like weird base stats, like base 117 physical attack, base 92 speed, so it does so it's kind of weird, and like the point distribution is going to be kind of weird at some points, but I kind of made it to where it actually does make sense. But once again, like I said, I actually increased it to base 165. If you guys run a Krookodile, whether it's in like Smogon tiers or just in general on your team, Krookodile is a very, very strong hitting physical attacker, even without the Mega Evolution, because most of the time the most like common items that are run on Krookodile, from what I've seen, are Choice Band, Life Orb, Leftovers, and Choice Scarf. And most of the time, from what I've seen out of the 4, I always see Life Orb the Life Orb item on Krookodile, and I think that's a very good item on that thing for a Pokemon like Krookodile, because in that way you can actually use its other moves as well. But once again, this thing does get access to a very good variety of moves to run for a physical attacker, obviously, since this thing is a physical attacker. But it gets access to Outrage, it gets access to Crunch, it gets access to Thunder Fang, Fire Fang. Sadly enough, it doesn't get access to Ice Fang. I mean, you would think that if it gets access to the other two fangs, it would get access to the third one, but tomato, I mean, really doesn't matter. I mean, it does get access to some of the Fang moves. It gets access to Dragon Claw. I mean, it does get access to very good Dragon type moves. Let's see, what else? Shadow Claw, Stone Edge, Dragon Tail. Let's see over its egg moves. Like I said, the Elemental Fangs, Double Edge, Beat Up, Rock Climb, Pursuit, which is a very good move on this thing. For tutor moves, it gets access to Aqua Tail. Foul Play really isn't all that good. Knockoff, Iron Tail, Low Kick, Super Power, which is a very, very good move. And it also gets access to Thrash when before evolving into Krookodile. I think it's Krokorok is the Pokemon. You can get Thrash if you want to run that move, but once again, it does get access to a very good variety of a physical move pool. So with base 165 physical attack, I can see this thing doing monstrous amount of work when it comes to competitive play. This thing also does get access to Stealth Rock, so if you want to run like a Stealth Rock user, Krookodile is also a very good candidate for a rock user as well, because most of the time it's kind of like Arcanine. Krookodile is kind of like Arcanine because like it's you run pretty much max HP, max physical defense with like an impish nature, and then the rest in physical attack. And then it does get access to Intimidate, so your defenses are going to be pretty much a little bit higher. And it does, and usually sometimes when I see that kind of set, or should I say all the time, they run Stealth Rock. So Krookodile can be a Stealth Rock user. Now for its physical defense, I increased it from base 80 to base 101. Obviously, Krookodile is going to be getting a defensive boost. Now I was, it was pretty much like usually what I do when I like make a mega video. I pretty much distribute the stats into either its physical attack or special attack, depends on what the Pokemon is, and then I go to its speed, and then I go to the defenses, because usually what I look at first are the defensive stats to say, okay, how bulky is this thing? How frail is this thing? Do I need to increase it a little bit? And that's what I've done to Krookodile, and I only increased it to base 101 because it does get access to Intimidate before Mega Evolving. So, I mean, this thing is going to be very, very bulky, and so even without the Intimidate drop, this thing will be very, very bulky because it does have some natural bulk behind it. It has a base 95 stat in its HP, and it maxes out at 394. So if you're afraid that this thing is going to get, like, I would say one shot like by a physical type attack that it's weak to, I believe Ground is weak to Ground itself. No, it is weak to Bug. It's weak to fighting, weak to ice, grass, so it does get, it is weak to quite a few things, but like I said, it does have some natural bulk behind it, so it's not like it's going to get one shot by anything, but I can't really say that because it depends on the Pokemon, like, to be completely honest. But base 101 for its physical defense is actually pretty decent, and same thing for its special defense. I increased it from base 70 to base 91. I only had 42 points to distribute into its defensive stats, so I split it down the middle for base 21 in both of its defensive stats. And base 91's special defense is now actually not half bad, to be completely honest. I don't know if we'll be able to live like really anything. I wouldn't say anything, but I won't take it as well, but I don't know if it's bulky enough to be able to like live a special hit like Skull. I know it would probably live, but like moves like Surf, Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, like I don't know if it'll be able to live those type of moves, but I'm pretty sure it will live at least one. But once again, base 91 is actually a very good defensive, special defensive stat for a Pokemon like Mega Krookodile. And for its speed, I only increased it just a little bit from base 92 to base 112. Most of the time, like I said, let me rephrase that. Krookodile is fast as hell already with base 92 speed, and sometimes people do run Choice Scarf, but since this is a Mega and it has to hold its Mega Stone to Mega Evolve, I increased it to base 112. It's going to be a very, very fast Pokemon for its corrective tier. If I'm not mistaken, it is going to be in UU? Or it is in UU. I can't remember what tier it's in, but I can see probably Mega Krookodile with this stats that I've given it. Probably in UU, maybe OU, but I actually can see this thing in OU, but like one of those two tiers, I can actually see Mega Krookodile because this thing is just going to be hitting hard as fuck. It's going to be kind of like Mega Lopunny at first. Everyone thought Lopunny was trash, and then when it got to Mega Evolution, I thought it was still gonna be booty, but like I think a week later, it got moved over into UU, and then I got bumped up to OU that same day. So, like, you don't underestimate the power of Mega Evolutions until you actually test it in competitive play, and I feel like Krookodile is no exception to that rule. Now, as a regular Krookodile is base stats at 519, with the Mega Evolution is going to be at 619. Now, for its ability, I actually had a toss-up between a couple of abilities, and also some people were telling me on Krookodile's Mega video, the first one I did back in 2014, that, oh, you should have given it this ability, or you should have given it that ability, and I can't remember who it was, or who the people, or what people asked me for some of the abilities, but I'm pretty sure I actually, what I'm about to say are some of the abilities that people have asked me to put on for Mega Krookodile. Now, the first ability, I was actually going to keep its Intimidate ability, just because I think Intimidate is one of the best abilities in the game, and since Krookodile got access to it, it would be a double Intimidator once you Mega Evolve, or what you can do is have the Moxie ability, kill someone, and then pretty much Mega Evolve with a +1 for Krookodile. Once you're already Mega Evolve, get the Intimidate drop, you're pretty much set to go with a +1 Krookodile. And I was also going to have Sheer Force, just because it does get access to moves that get boosted by Sheer Force, and I think that would have been a great ability for a Pokemon like Krookodile. But it's like, you know what, I don't really think that's a good ability, like a perfect ability I should say, for a Mega Krookodile. So what I've decided to actually go with is Strong Jaw, because the reason why I went for Strong Jaw is because I remember someone telling me in that video saying, hey, you should give this thing Strong Jaw because it gets access to biting moves like Crunch, Thunder Fang, Fire Fang, and those are some moves that are very common to run on a Krookodile. So I was like, you know what, might as well just give this thing Strong Jaw, and also like Fire Fang and Thunder Fang will also get boosted by this ability, and it actually will come in handy if you want to run like some coverage move other than like, I don't know, like Super Power or something like that. You can run like Thunder Fang or Fire Fang for coverage moves against grass type Pokemon or water type Pokemon, so you're pretty much set to go with that. I actually had Tough Claws as its Mega ability for the regular, for the original Mega Krookodile video, and I decided to give this thing Strong Jaw for this video. So I feel like Strong Jaw is the better ability out of the two in my opinion, just because it does get access to Fang moves that will get boosted by this ability, and for its typing, I decided to leave it alone as Ground Dark. There's honestly no reason for me to actually change up its typing. I mean, if I was going to change its typing, I was actually probably thinking about making this thing either Ground Dragon or Dragon Dark. One of the two. I wanted to add Dragon typing to Mega Krookodile just because it gets access to Outrage, it gets access to Dragon Tail, it gets access to Dragon Claw. I mean, those are very common moves to have on a Dragon type Pokemon, so I felt like Krookodile would have been a very good Pokemon to actually add on the Dragon type characteristics, but I knew that if I would have made this thing part Dragon, people were going to complain, so I decided to leave it alone as just Ground Dark. So all that said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button. Also, don't forget to comment and subscribe. I'm sorry about the background noise. It's trash day when I'm recording, so if you hear that in the background, I do apologize. But once again, I hope you guys enjoyed part 2 for a Mega Krookodile. I knew that I wanted to talk about this Pokemon once again because I felt like I rushed the original video for this Pokemon, and it wasn't fair to the fans of this series, so I decided to re-talk about it, and I'm glad I did because Krookodile is one of my favorite 5th gen Pokemon. So with all that said, like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button. Also, don't forget to comment and subscribe. So this is White Boy for the win, and I'll catch you guys later.